And joining us now for this week's Annapolis Face-Off are Delegate Heather Mazier, Democrat of Montgomery County, and Delegate Addie Eckert, Republican from the Eastern Shore. Thanks to both of you for being with us.
Thanks for having us. Jeff.
Both houses of the General Assembly have passed maintenance of effort legislation. Let's maybe start by explaining what that would do.
Well, maintenance of effort is a requirement on the counties to be partners with the state in keeping our schools #1 in the nation. We have a motto of One Maryland, and with One Maryland, there's been often talks about the benefits of stepping together and holding together, but there are also responsibilities. And we expect through maintenance of effort for counties to partner with the state in holding up their share of the bargain in keeping investments strong in our schools. Over the years, we found the funding formulas under that provision to be a little bit flawed. Sometimes the counties have been penalized over time when a county like mine in Montgomery County, which has invested $576 million above and beyond what the state ever required it to do over decades. When you hit a tough fiscal time, then they can't meet that growing obligation anymore, and there are penalties that are imposed on them. And we, through this process, have figured out an improved way to balance that relationship, assure that we put effort into the maintenance of effort, have this paperless tiger have a little bit more teeth, and bring the counties and the state together in this unique partnership to assure that we invest in 21st century classrooms, in our top-notch teachers, and that we continue to close the achievement gap.
Delegate Eckert, how does that look from your side of the aisle, your side of the Chesapeake Bay?
Well, the concept is good. I don't think there's anything wrong with the concept, and I recognize exactly what my colleague is talking about. It is the county's portion that matches what the state commitment has been to assure that every student, every individual in Maryland get a good quality education, and that's what it's all about. But this bill is just so far overreaching. It's egregious. When you say that a county who is struggling, who can't meet their maintenance of effort, and then the state can come in and reach down and grab their piggyback income tax to be able to offset that if they don't meet it, is, I think, taking away the authority from the local jurisdictions. And that's one of the things we've seen in this year's session, increasing state overreach into what I believe is local authority. The bill also is kind of putting counties at a curious place when it's almost requiring them to raise their local tax rate because it says if in fact you reach 3.2, as maybe a few counties are, then that gives you a little bit of a break on your maintenance of effort. There are waivers available, but then the waiver goes back to what the commitment was previously when it was a better time. For our counties who are struggling, particularly with the pension shift that will be coming to them, it's almost going to be impossible for them to maintain services through the whole county. It sets up a situation with those two items together where we're going to have education getting a raise or maybe more in salaries and recruitment, and then you have regular local staff of the counties who are getting furloughs.
So let me let Delegate Mazier in here on the point of whether this is unfair to certain counties.
It's not unfair at all. Take a look at our state's constitution. We have one policy goal in our constitution, and that is a requirement related to our education and our K-12 schools. And within our state constitution, that is where the counties even have the authority to exist. Charters and counties exist under the approval of our state's constitution. The state overrules everything first, partners with the counties to make sure we live up to our obligations. And under our constitution, it is our obligation to make sure that we are investing in our schools, and it's worked.
So is this a big county, small county divide?
I think it can be. It can be for most of our counties on the Eastern Shore. We've had MACo coming in saying, you know, this is not going to work for our counties. In fact, the financial impact to our jurisdictions will also result in maybe counties not adding to their community colleges because they just can't do it. Other services in the county will suffer because there has been so much that is going to be required from education. The floor then becomes the ceiling, funding, and the counties will not be incentivized to put more into maintenance effort.
I'm short of time, but Delegate Messier, let me give you the last word here.
Thank you, Jeff. This really helps us to continue on the sustainable path that we have been on in this state and in making priority investments in education and partnering with the counties to do it. We're the #1 states in the schools in the nation for 4 years running. Our AP scores, our advanced placement scores for Maryland high schoolers, are the best in the nation. We have blue ribbon schools from Whitehall in Prince George's County and Pocomoke Elementary in Worcester County to Rachel Carson in Montgomery County. Our schools are thriving across the state, and the maintenance of effort provisions are going to assure that we continue to do that.
Delegates Heather Messier and Addie Eckert, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.